Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of mine. This time I'm back with the Vampire Diaries Season 1 Episode 2. It's been so funny to watch this, to be quite honest. Like, considering the fact that I'm not completely new, it's very interesting to see how my thoughts have changed over the years. Like I said, this isn't the first time that I've seen this show, but the first time I watched Season 1 and Season 2, like I said, I never watched a complete series. I only watched Season 1 and Season 2. I was completely obsessed with Stefan and Damon, and now right now I'm completely overwhelmed with how my feelings have changed. Right now I just think Stefan is creepy, literally showing up at the doorstep out of nowhere, then suddenly just appearing behind her, startling every single one of us. That's creepy in my eyes. I am sorry. He can be as fine as ever, but that's creepy. And let's not talk about Damon. Like, this man just slaughters people and he thinks he's the best in this particular circumstances. I can't stand either one of them. I hope that this episode convinces me differently, but right now, like, that's just a creepy habit. Like, you just don't just show up out of nowhere and you just startle people everywhere you go. Like, I'm at home, you have no idea who I am. We just met and suddenly you know where I live. And the excuse you have, oh, I just asked someone across the street and they told me. No. I would be running the other way. I would be like, I hope this episode changes my view. But we're not talking about the boys right now. We're talking about the storyline. I actually like the messages that they're trying to give out. A lot of movies just try, especially like Mean Girls. No shade on Mean Girls, like Mean Girls was iconic. But a lot of people just try to create characters that are also perfect. They don't have any flaws. And as soon as you have a flaw, it's like you are this loser outcast that needs to be tossed aside. And I like that in this series, they are showing that literally every single character has like this problem, which actually is based on reality. I did a analysis in the last episode and I literally said it. Every single human being has a problem. If you are pretending that you don't have a problem, you're lying. So I like that this story literally says every single character has a problem. And what is the thing that I like the most about this? Every single one has a different problem. Just like every single human being has a different problem. Let's see what this episode has in store for us. If you like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe. For the full uncut reaction, you can check out my Patreon. The link is in my description box below. And without further ado, let's start.
I told you it was gonna rain.
That's just his blood tripling down. I was kidding. It's the fact that he's making it so melodramatic as well. Just feed on the damn poor creature. She's testing her luck. Bye-bye, girl. Damn. Damon, why so dramatic?
I'm sick of watching you play, Vicky. If you hurt her one more time, I swear to God, I will kill you.
Okay. Okay, Jeremy.
Did she say what kind of animal it was that attacked her?
She said it was a vampire. I think she was drunk.
Drunk. In the hospital.
Matt, the last thing I want to do is hurt you.
Y'all, I said this last time, and I'm gonna have to say it here again. She's doing him dirty. The thing she needs to do is actually fess up. She needs to say, I'm sorry, I don't see you like that, and it will never be more than friendship. The only thing she always says is, I don't want to hurt you, but literally every single adult, I want to call them adult, I mean, I don't know how old they're supposed to be, but I'm just gonna consider them adults now. Every single one knows that when you date someone, and then you break up, you see your ex with someone new, and then you ask them, what is going on between you two? Because, like, I can see the signs. I've been with you. I know that you used to look at me like that before you fell out of love. So I'm like, what is going on here? And you're like, the last thing I want to do is hurt you. I know that there's something going on. Because it's like, you don't want to hurt me, so you can't say it out loud. But it's like you're letting me just come to the conclusion myself because you think that's not gonna hurt just as much. I can't hate on Alina for that because she's a very caring girl. And to be quite honest, in my eyes, I consider lying or hiding some information as a necessary evil. Why am I thinking that? Because when I know a person and I know what they're truly like and what can set them off, I know that if I tell them something, then that could do them more harm than good. Especially if they're in a very psychological weak state. So I keep the information to myself until I see that they are psychologically strong enough to handle the negative information or the negative news. If I know that they will never be capable to deal with it, then that's a little complicated to decide. If you ask me what I would do, sooner or later I would still tell because, like, this has to do with them and I feel like that they have a right to know. And considering the fact that I'm the one holding that information, I'm not gonna send a messenger. It has to come from me. So I would sooner or later tell the person myself. And if they should discover by themselves, I will have to take the consequences if the person is mad at me or doesn't talk to me for a time, depending on how dire the information was that I withheld. So this point right here, it's gonna hurt him no matter what she does. So right now, I don't think that she respects Matt's feelings enough to actually be blunt and tell him, let me use this as an example. In movies, when two people don't have romantic feelings for each other, or like one falls in love and the other person doesn't feel the same way, they all make them feel miserable about themselves as soon as they confess, and then they get rejected, and this is like just, ew, why would I do that? And like that automatically makes you fear as soon as you are a grown-up and you actually develop feelings for someone. When you fall in love and you want to confess to them, you're reluctant to do so because this movie, something that actually had an impact on you when you were growing up, makes you fear of being rejected like that, and that's why you are stopping yourself from confessing your love. And then sometimes it will be too late, especially when they like get in a relationship with someone else. So here, I would hope that there is real love between Matt and Alina, okay? Like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic love. There are different kinds of love. Considering the fact that Alina sees him as family, I really hope that the thing that is holding Matt to Alina wasn't just romantic love, but also like this close friendship that these two once had. I hope that this wasn't all based on romantic love, because if it was, then the relationship between these two is over. Because if you only see someone with romantic eyes, if they break your heart, you can't go back to being just their friends, because the only thing that you were craving for is being intimate with them, like this passionate love that you can only get from your lover. And if you can't get that anymore, you can't stand being around them. Because there isn't this close friendship or family relationship between you two that is binding you two together. For Alina, it's family love. That's why after they were together, which also implies that they kissed and made out, she still wants to have this man in her life. In her way, she's trying to let him down easy. But considering the fact that I have the feeling, and I hope I'm not right, but it could be possible, I have the feeling that the only thing that kept Matt to Alina was romantic love, and if that's true, then the relationship is doomed. If there actually was something other than romantic love, and if he actually reciprocated her feelings in the family love department, then it will take time for Matt to actually accept that she doesn't have romantic feelings for him, but he will heal from that, and then they will be capable to have that close relationship again in time. Now, what I don't like about this is the fact that she can't be honest about how she feels. She feels that she hurts him, but not saying anything actually is like not giving him the reassurance that he needs. Like, this is like her not being capable to respect Matt enough to tell him, I'm sorry, it's over, because I don't see you as more than a friend. And in a certain sense, this makes Matt hope that sooner or later, either a guy will disappoint her, so he hopes that he will be like the last resort, or he hopes that sooner or later she will come to her senses. She needs to be clear, and she can't do that. And from one side, I understand because she doesn't want to hurt him. But from the other side, when it comes to love, any kind of love, like when you and your parents, for example, drift ways because you can't understand each other anymore, doesn't that hurt as well? If you lose your best friend of 8 years and you lose them suddenly because, I don't know, they don't appreciate you anymore, whatever, doesn't that hurt? Why does it hurt? Because there's love involved. So you will always hurt when someone that you truly love and appreciate will leave your life. So they just paint it out sometimes, especially in movies, that romantic love is the love that hurts the most, but that's not true. We have different kinds of love. I categorize them into 3 kinds of love: family love, friendship love, and romantic love, the love of a lover. And all these loves hurt individually just as much, but we just all interpret romantic love hurting the most because romantic love actually is you falling in love with someone and actually not just craving them as a person, but also their body. So people automatically interpret romantic love as the love that hurts the most, but in my eyes, the love that hurts the most is when someone that you consider family, which wasn't your family to begin with, they were a stranger, then they turned into a friend, then into a family. If they leave you because you literally experienced every single kind of love there, besides the romantic love, and you actually saw them as family. Family usually is someone that you never want to live without. And that's the love that Alina has for Matt. They have been together for such a long time. It's like a necessity for her that Matt is in her life. She wants him in her life, but not like that. Like, she tried it, it didn't work, and now Matt is the one that actually needs to put 2 and 2 together. I understand that she doesn't want to hurt him, but these things always hurt because there's love involved. She's doing herself dirty, actually. Because in moments like these, I would actually, me as the person that gets rejected, I would appreciate the honesty. And them being like, I'm sorry that I don't have romantic feelings for you. I can't force these feelings, and I won't force these feelings. But that does not mean that I don't have any love for you at all. Like, I love you, like family. I need you in my life. I want you in my life. I literally cannot live without you. Like, you are a necessity for me. But I just don't love you like that. That's a way better way to let someone down and to show them that you still appreciate them, and the fact that you know about the fact that they have romantic feelings for you doesn't change the way you see them. That's the perfect way she could let Matt down easily. If he then starts to being delirious and be like, I still believe in us and everything, like, that's on him. But at least she said it. Here, she's not even saying it, and she hopes that he finds it out by himself.
She seems fine.
Sir, not suspicious at all. Don't you need an allowance to walk? That's karma, bitch. For those who don't know, I can't see blood.
Hey, how do you feel?
I'm okay.
I'm gonna go grab a coffee. Hey, Jared.
Ah!
Why wouldn't I check on you? I mean, I'm the one who found you.
Thank you.
He's the one that actually has the interest in you. He's truly worried about you. While the other one was already with 2 new chicks. The most stupidest thing you could have done. Knocking on the enemy's door. This is literally walking into the lion's den. Yeah, no. Goodbye. It has been nice meeting you, everyone. Goodbye.
Stefan?
As soon as the door miraculously just opens up, I'm done. I'm out. I'm not sticking around, but apparently curiosity
Stefan?
killed the cat. That's stupidity. The door was closed. Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry. Is Damon the Raven?
I see why my brother's so smitten. It's about time. For a while there, I never thought he'd get over the last one. Nearly destroyed him. Hello, Stefan.
Elena,
This is a no.
I didn't know you were coming over.
I know, I should
Yo,
have
that would
called.
be
I-
creepy.
Don't be silly. You're welcome anytime.
Oh my god.
No, I should break out the family photo album.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Sir, not in front of the salad. Alina's the salad. Stefan. I would be like, okay, goodbye. Where's my next target to sleep with?
Hospital.
Someone had to clean up your mess.
Well, were you successful? Remember, if you don't feed properly, none of those little tricks work right.
To be quite honest, I'm scared for Vicky. I'm so scared for Vicky. First of all, what kind of hospital is this where every single person literally can just waltz in and they can go into any kind of room? There are barely any doctors or nurses around. Literally everyone can literally barge in, kill someone while they're asleep and no one would notice. What kind of hospital is this? Where's the security in the hospital? Like when I was in the hospital, everyone needed confirmation that they were family and they needed confirmation that I was aware that they wanted to come. And I needed to confirm that they can come. But apparently here everyone can just waltz in, they can just do whatever the hell they want. No wonder that people get killed there. First of all. Second of all. Stefan is doing himself dirty. I would be creeped out by Stefan after seeing that. Like, we have this beautiful long-ass talk, and I finally feel this romantic attraction to you. And then I want to get to know you even more. The next day, literally, it wasn't like a month later. It was literally the next day. And she meets Stefan's brother. He gets in her head, like, he's telling her everything just to mess with Stefan. Even though technically it is true, like, the only thing that Damon didn't say was that she looks like Catherine. That's the only thing that this man didn't say. He literally made it seem that Stefan broke up with Catherine, literally, I don't know, a month ago or something. He is still mourning over her. And she shouldn't think that she's a rebound for Stefan to get over Catherine. And because Elena is so naive, she immediately believed it. But to be quite honest, after seeing Damon, Stefan literally behaved all like gloomy like that. Literally, y'all, like I was a little... I would have wanted to leave. Like, to be quite honest, I would leave and I would never come back. I would be like, sir, you are being a little too much for me. Like, this is too much drama. Like, I turn around after I talk to your brother... and I see that you are killing him with your stare. And the more you stare at him, the more angry you get. Literally, your sole focus is on him. You don't even notice me anymore. And it literally looks like you could kill him. I would be freaked out, y'all. I wouldn't be going back there. Until there's like some kind of explanation, that would be too much. Like, I would be creeped the F out. Now, I don't quite understand why Damon wants to mess with Stefan so badly, because it's like Stefan tries to get to know Alina because she looks like Catherine. It's literally what it looks like, because Catherine literally is like the spitting image of Alina, or let me say it differently, considering that Catherine lived before Alina. Alina is the spitting image of Catherine. So in a certain sense, maybe Stefan wasn't capable to say goodbye, or maybe Stefan loved Catherine unconditionally and then she left him, but he couldn't accept the fact that she left him. And as soon as he met Helena, it was like, this is my chance to get her again, in a certain sense, which is kind of selfish, and I would feel cheap if I would find that out. Because this is like, I look like her, so that's what attracts you the most. That I look like we all lost love. But that's all there is to me, isn't there? Technically. Now, I don't know if that's true. But coming back to Damon, why is he messing with Stefan so much? In the last episode, he said he promised him an eternity of misery. Why would he promise him an eternity of misery? That doesn't make sense to me. What could a brother have done so badly that you take centuries, considering that they're immortal now after they have become vampires? If they don't get killed, of course. What could Stefan have done, or what could Damon have interpreted as so morally wrong that he says that as long as I'm alive, I will make sure that you are never happy. I will always find a way to mess with you, to hurt you. What could Stefan have done? That's something I don't understand. And now coming back to Vicky over here. I feel bad for Vicky because last scene, Damon said that if you don't feed properly, those magical powers don't work. So that means, considering the fact that Stefan doesn't feed on humans because he doesn't want to be like his brother, he feeds on animals. So considering the fact that he feeds on animals, it's like his powers aren't, I don't want to say is activated, so I'm just gonna say they aren't as powerful, or they are weaker than when you feed on human blood, because that's literally the normal function of a vampire. You feed on a human being, and apparently the fact that you feed on humans is the fact that you're capable to do all those magical things, like, for example, compelling someone, and it works. Considering the fact that he isn't feeding properly, he refuses to drink human blood. It's like his powers of persuasion, I'm gonna call it persuasion, considering that this is compelling, and compelling is like playing tricks on the mind of a human. Stefan's compelling may not work as well as if, for example, Damon would do it. Because Stefan is not feeding the right way. Like, his right way would be feeding on humans, and considering that he refuses to do that, his powers diminish just as much as his strength, and his strength is what he uses in order to could be convincing and compelling humans to like forget or to make them remember something specific. As in incapable to mess with humans and their mind, they need to feed properly. Considering that Stefan doesn't do that, his powers diminish, so it could be possible that the fact that he wants to compel, it works in a certain sense for a short period of time, but then it's like that compelling vanishes, as in the influence is not as strong as when he would feed the right way, as in feeding on human blood. So I have the feeling she will start to remember again, or maybe his compelling didn't work as well as if Damon would do it, for example, like I said. And if Damon would have told her, yeah, for example, an animal attacked you, she would have said, I know what I saw. As in, this is more like you being more dominant, as in more powerful. And the human actually does exactly that. As in, if you drink human blood, the more powerful you're capable to impose your own will over the mind of a human and what they think. And you're capable to manipulate their vision of reality. Considering that Stefan can't do that, it's like she knows, because the compelling did work, she knows what Stefan told her, but it's like, I don't know. I would believe it was an animal, but I'm not sure, as in her human visual, what she saw, and her knowing that it was a vampire, is fighting against the compulsion of Stefan. So it's like she knows that she saw a vampire, but it's like Stefan's compulsion is putting a stop to her vision. So she's like, it was a wolf, like a bear attacked me. But I'm not sure, because the fact that she's like, I'm not sure, is the fact that her human mind is like fighting in a certain sense against the compulsion, while as if Damon would compel her, considering that he is much stronger, considering he feeds on human blood, she would immediately say, I know. She is traumatized. Literally, this is her own vision coming through, because Stefan isn't strong enough to compel her by herself. No, I'm sorry. That would be a turn off for me. That would be a turn off for me. He knows that you're easy prey.
What is Damon doing here? Why did he... I'm sorry about yesterday.
You seem to spend a lot of time apologizing.
I have a lot to apologize for.
I needed to add something here. I don't like the fact that Stefan was like, I have a lot to apologize for. To be quite honest, I feel like Stefan is that kind of sibling where in a certain sense he has the feeling that everything is his fault. Because he has been weak, as in psychologically, mentally weak. And a lot of people around him use that to their advantage. They would always make him feel small, miserable maybe even. And they would talk down on him so much that he would have the feeling that everything is his fault. Everything he does or everything horrible that happens is because it's him. He is the reason that everyone around him feels miserable. So he grew the habit of always having to apologize. Even if it's not his fault, even if he knows that someone else did it, he still feels the need to apologize for them. No, that shows so much pain already. How much pain does this man have inside of himself? And how much was he actually capable to let go of, and how much is he still keeping inside? He has been alive for a while, and in 100 years can happen a lot, like insanely lot. So I'm actually wondering if Stefan has always been like this. Because like I said, we're all human beings. We all have different personality traits. Depending on what happens in our lives, we can tap more into our positive personality traits or into our negative personality traits. And with a vampire, I would think that tapping into your positive personality traits means that doing what Stefan is doing right now, as in trying not to harm any humans and becoming, in his certain sense, I would think a vegetarian. And if you tap into your negative personality traits, you become Damon, ripping people's heads off. But right now, I'm not talking about their vampire nature, I'm talking about their real personality. Has Stefan always been like this? That he wanted to preserve the beauty of humanity? Or did he go through something that traumatized him that much while he was a vampire? Maybe he went off his rocker because he couldn't accept the fact that he became a vampire in the first place. And he was like, life is done for me, so if I can go out with a bang, I will. So he started, to feed his way through countries. And sooner or later, he would revel in it. In the fact that he was a vampire, that he was superior, etc. He would thrive in the bloodlust. And sooner or later, his psychological pain would come through. I did the analysis with Jeremy in the last episode. The psychological pain would come out stronger than ever. And sooner or later, no matter how hard he tried, the rush that the bloodlust gave him wasn't capable to deal with the pain of his human soul. So his humanity got the best of him. He wasn't capable to turn it off. So it was like the entire memories of him not giving a damn about humans and their feelings came down on him, and he realized how horrible he has been behaving over centuries. So he was like, I need to stop. I need to behave differently, and that's why he feels that he needs to apologize for every single horrible thing. Or maybe he took the responsibility upon himself that he needs to apologize for every single bad thing that Damon has done over the course of the centuries. Right now, we only see him as the bad guy. We don't know if this man has had a nice vampire existence. He could have had a nice human life, as in that he was a nice human being. But as a vampire, at the moment, we haven't seen any backflashes or something that Damon had, like a time where he was a good vampire, as in still feeding on humans, of course, but not killing them, massacring them. That's like the only view we get from him right now. He chooses his prey, he chooses them when they're weak, and then he feeds on them and he kills them. So, if we don't see anything different, that's the only view I can get from Damon, and that's the only view I can stand behind. That he is just a murderer. He just likes to kill, and he thrives in the blood rush. In the first episode, when he was like, I've seen a couple of girls out there, oh, why don't we just go straight for Alina? It literally shows that maybe it's possible that Damon tried to convince him on multiple occasions to have like this huge ass killing, or let's just call it drinking spree, where they would feed across different kind of girls. And that would be like family bonding time, if you guys get what I mean. And there would be times where Stefan would give in because he is still family, Damon is still his brother. And then there would be times, like in the last episode, where Stefan would stand his ground and he's like, you know what, screw you. So maybe, considering the fact that this could be a possibility, it could be possible that that's why Stefan feels the need to apologize for everything. But he shouldn't have to. Like, the people that Damon kills is not his.
I know you.
Well, that's unfortunate.
See, her human vision is fighting against Stefan's compulsion because he's not strong enough.
Hey, has anyone seen
Sir Damon, why? Just why? Why are you such a piece of shit?
I'm not gonna drop you.
This man. Y'all, I hate myself that I find this very amusing. Maybe it's his face. From one side, please Stefan just push him off the building, and from the other side, stop being a turn on. It's confusing. In a certain sense, I love arrogant men, okay? Like, sucks to be me, but not dicks, you know? Like, there's like this fine line between being arrogant and self-loving, as in, you know who you are, you know what you can do, and you're proud of that. That's very attractive in my eyes, and you can also be arrogant about that, but not being a douche, no. Like, that's too much. Like, that's where I draw the line. Like, literally, she has been attacked by him, and the next day, he literally attacks her again because she's like, I remember your face. You could literally have deleted her from that horrible moment. But no, he just left her out lying in the woods just because. Why? There was no need for that.
What attacked you the other night?
An animal.
That's
Who
like the
did this to
compulsion.
You did!
Wrong. Don't, Stefan.
I love this. I was right. I was like, considering the fact that this man doesn't eat as much or as well as he should, it's possible that the compulsion, in a certain sense, like puts like a stop. Just like when you have a virus in your body, you take medicine in order to suppress the symptoms, in a certain sense, in order to make them slowly like just go away. And that's kind of like what Stefan's compulsion was like. Vicky has like her own vision and she knows what happened. The fact that Stefan compelled her and he was like putting a different image, and that's how he was trying to force his own will over hers. It was like him putting a stop to her own visions and memory of what happened that night. But considering the fact that he's not that strong, it wasn't sure that it would work. So, considering that he was that weak, it was like her own vision still coming through because he's not strong enough. Considering the fact that Damon is strong enough because he's feeding on humans the entire time. If he says something, like right now he's saying that Stefan attacked her, which first of all, little bitch. But second of all, if he says that Stefan attacked her, she 100% is gonna believe it. Because he's psychologically stronger. Because of the fact that he feeds on humans, it's like he has the normal strength of a vampire. And considering the fact that Stefan doesn't feed on humans and just on animals, his capabilities, just as his strength, are diminished more than a normal vampire. Like, it's not that Damon is more powerful than a normal vampire. He just has the normal powers of a vampire because he's feeding properly. Stefan doesn't feed properly. He doesn't feed on humans at all. So his powers don't work because he's not giving his body what it.
I want you to remember who you are. Why? So I'll kill, so I'll remember what it's like to be brothers again.
They would do that.
let
Oh
her go.
my god.
Let her tell everyone that vampires...
I prefer to keep my
false.
humanity.
Let them
Thank you very
chew me
much.
up and let them drive a stake through my heart. Because at least I'll be free of you.
That must hurt. This actually is so hilarious to me. This is, in a certain sense, a nice parallel. Damon is physically strong because of the fact he feeds on humans, but he's psychologically more weak than Stefan. Stefan is physically weak because of the fact that he refuses to feed on human blood. But even in his most vulnerable state, he refused to give up on his humanity. That makes him psychologically more strong. This was his willpower coming through. I refuse. I am in control of myself. He refused to drink human blood. And he was like, I don't give a damn. Let them chain me up. I will not become like you. I know who I am and I will keep on to my humanity. Wow. In Stefan's most vulnerable state, he's more powerful than Damon. Oh my god. Damn. What's wrong? What energy are you getting from him?
What happened to you?
Psychologically or physically?
Sorry, excuse me.
Psychologically or physically? Yeah. Bye-bye, girl. Damon. I don't even know what to say about Damon anymore. Like, he's fine, but it's not saving his asshole personality. I said it. This man needs to go. Like, this man needs a pacifier. This man needs a baptism. He just needs to be cleansed of all his impurities. So, ignoring that, it finally happened. Alina and Stefan finally kissed. I have the feeling that Matt now, in a certain sense, kind of realized that there is something going on between Alina and Stefan. So he was like, you know what? I'm gonna accept it, but know that I will always be on your ass if you should screw up. And not as in, if you should screw up, I will be there to get back together with her, but I will always be there to whoop your ass if you should hurt her, because I care. I love that. I really hope that this was the drama with Vicky, because poor her, like, I would be traumatized. But she still makes stupid decisions, like, I can't excuse it. She saw that Jeremy truly cared about her, and she seems to be truly happy when she is around him, as in this nice happiness. But as soon as Tyler's around, it's like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty, etc. Like, why does she care about him? This man does not care about her at all. Like, this is like the thing that you need to learn when you're still young. You need to appreciate the people that truly want what's best for you and that truly are happy when you're around. There is no excuse for someone not to even visit you when you have been attacked, and then as soon as they see you, they're like, hey, how are you? Like, if you can't come because you don't have time, that's fine, but at least, like, give a call or write a message, like, how are you? Are you all right? Not even that. As soon as he saw her, he didn't talk to her. He came and talked to her when he saw that she was talking with Jeremy. This is a dig, and she's still running after him. You know what? I can't do anything about it. Like, this will be her doom, not mine. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video with me. Tell me in the comments below what you think was best, and I will see you in another video.